Performance appraisal, like any other system, is likely to fail due to some certain mistakes and issues. And in this video, I want us to look at some of the reasons why performance appraisers fail. The failure of any performance appraiser is not a cherishable thing for any entrepreneur or for any management. No manager wants to conduct a performance appraiser only to fail at the end of the day. However, irrespective of how good intentioned we are about performance appraiser, there are certain mistakes that we can watch out for, because if those mistakes are made, those performance appraisers are bound to fail. One of the reasons why performance appraisers fail, it is because those administering the performance appraisers look at it as if it's a box ticking action. It's something they do to just tick boxes. They just see it as an administrative norm to conduct performance appraisal. So every month, every year, they bring out the forms and then they share the forms and then they get everybody to fill the forms and then they put their report together. And so losing sight of the purpose for performance appraisal, which we have discussed in the first video of this series, is one of the major reasons why performance appraisals will fail, because it destroys the efficiency of the process itself. So people become very, very lukewarm towards the process. People sees it even as a distraction, right? Your employee sees it as a distraction. The organization itself sees it as a distraction. Sometimes even the top management sees it as a distraction. It's something they just want to quickly do and just keep aside. So if you have this type of mindset towards performance appraisal, definitely you cannot conduct an efficient performance appraisal. Number two is poor preparation. Preparation is key to anything you want to achieve, performance appraisals inclusive. It is important for every person in the process to prepare for performance appraisal and to do so with the right understanding and with the right mindset. Because performance appraisal, as we said, is a tool that is being used to identify areas for improvement. You cannot want to conduct such vital process and go into it unprepared. So everybody needs to be prepared. And part of this preparation is putting together the necessary information and data that will be required for a proper and efficient performance appraisal. So everybody, the management, the proprietor, the employees, the supervisors, heads of departments, everyone needs to be properly prepared for performance appraisal. Another mistake that can destroy your performance appraisal is lack of continuous feedback. So you conduct an amazing performance appraisal, put together a very, very wonderful report. The report is forwarded to the hierarchy, and that is the end of the matter. The deal is done. Nobody speaks about the weaknesses that were identified. Nobody looks at the recommendations that were made. No implementation. Everybody just returns to the normal. There is no way your performance appraisal will be a waste of time if there is no feedback. Continuous feedback, effective feedback is the key, because performance appraisal itself does not actualize its purpose. It is you, the managers, the operators of the system, that are going to guarantee the efficiency of performance appraisal. And the efficiency of performance appraisal is not in conducting a wonderful appraisal. It is in the implementation of the plans, the implementations of the recommendations from the appraiser. Another mistake that could render your performance appraiser useless is subjective assessment. When assessments during performance appraiser are subjected to personal bias and favoritisms, then your performance appraiser is bound to fail. Bound to fail because none of the information or data collected during that appraisal can be trusted because of personal bias and favoritism. So it is important to ensure that everyone within the process is dispassionate about it. That only the facts, the actual facts, and the real facts are collected and analyzed. Because once favoritism and personal bias are introduced into performance appraisal, every other thing will be corrupted. The fifth mistake you can make that could render your performance appraiser useless is exclusion of your employees. I don't know how some organizations manage to do it, but it still happens that employees don't even know when they are being appraised. All they know is that a report is out and they have been called into the manager's office and the manager is asking them a lot of questions they don't understand and is criticizing a lot of things also that they feel they haven't done wrongly, and they are confused. Irrespective of the amount of information you have, irrespective of the amount of documentations that you have gathered, irrespective of the amount of reports that you have, there is no way you should appraise somebody without the person's involvement. Your employees have to be involved in the process of performance appraisal. So, excluding your employees from your performance appraiser means that you will not be getting objections, means that you will not be getting their opinions. And if you can't get their opinions, there is no way that you can say that your performance appraiser is efficient enough. Number 6 is lack of follow-up action. Like I've said, performance appraisers are not an end in themselves. They are a means to an end. The reason why you conduct performance appraisal is because you want a stronger organization, you want better performance from your employees. So if you carry out a performance appraisal, you are supposed to identify weaknesses. Once you identify those weaknesses, you are supposed to look for you are supposed to get recommendations. Once you get recommendations, you are supposed to implement these recommendations. Provide feedback to your people. So lack of follow-up, if there is no follow-up action to performance appraiser, definitely that performance appraiser will not be able to actualize the purpose for performance appraiser in itself. Finally, any performance appraiser without preparation, without participation, and without follow-up is only a corporate ritual. And while some people feel comfortable carrying out corporate rituals, the question to ask yourself is, what result do you get from conducting all the resources, the time that is invested into conducting performance appraisals? What do you get in return if you can't commit to ensure that the process is efficient and effective? Thank you very much for watching this video. Drop your thoughts in the comment section and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.